Hi there, I'm AnimeTyler. I'm recapping episode 7 through 8 of Adventure Time, Fionna and Cake, a Max original series. Subscribe for weekly updates. And please consider supporting my channel and me on my Patreon page, AnimeTyler. That's AnimeTyler space toons. Starting at just $1 a month. You get my weekly work schedule posted every Friday, animation sneak peek previews, and a chance at a $10 Amazon gift card giveaway. Now on to the recap. Episode 7. We open with the opening of the series. Like always, we have oozing zombies from the Great Mushroom War. We see a young Marceline avoiding the hordes. She steals a shoe from someone who looks like a dead Simon. This episode is titled The Star. Next, we see Cake, Fionna, and Simon teleport to a new strange world. Fionna still seems upset over the events in the episode Winter King, and someone says that the power of the remote is depleted. It might have enough for one more jump. Then we see vampires. Cake fights back, and Simon fashions a chair into a wooden stakes. Fionna was trying to stake a vampire, but Cake kills him for her. Then we hear Peppermint Butler in a tank. It's revealed to be Princess Bubblegum. She prefers Bonnie. They go with PB because the Vampire King has the crown. He uses its magic to darken the skies. Then we are back in Fionna's universe. We see human versions of PB and Lee. Apparently, Lee is going to meet his mother, and there's a blood drive and a charity ball. I'm assuming they're vampires, like Simon. How Simon and company is fighting vampires right now. Next, we're back with Simon, Fionna, and Cake with the vampire hunters. Bonnie and Finn's dad is working with Bonnie, and she introduces them to Garg bombs. But they'll need to look out for Star. I'm believing Star is Marceline. And apparently Baby World Finn snuck into Fionna's backpack. And this must have happened during the nap time. Finn's dad gives Baby Finn food and says, "I love this," not knowing he technically is his father. Next, we're in space between universes with Prismo and Scarab, who's trying to find the people. Prismo offers his help on fixing everything, and Scarab has denied calls from the Cosmic Owl. The Scarab comes up with a plan, but he gets taken away just as he once was about to find them. Next, we are with human male PB and Lee. PG, Prince Gumball, they're off to get dressed in suits. Now we are back with Simon, Fionna, and Cake, Baby Universe Finn, and the Vampire Hunters. They just cross Billy the Legendary Hero. They soon find two. Now, Billy the Legendary Hero was dead. Like, he had been drained of all his blood and left my bones. They soon find two people who are asking for help. Fionna goes off on her own to help them, even though Bonnie refused to stop. The only reason she stopped to save Fionna and Simon was because the crazy cat, Cake. Unfortunately, it was vampires pretending to be humans in need of assistance. It was a trap. Then we see Marceline was indeed the Star. She goes to attack them. Finn's dad gets his soul sucked out, then she drinks his blood, killing him. Then PB tries to destroy her, but she runs away, laughing. Peppermint Butler is an AI called Tank. And PB is upset and angry at Fionna for the death of Martin, Finn's father. Even though she apologizes for it, Cake offers her body as the new Tank. Fionna doesn't want Cake getting hurt. There's more crowns out there. Cake points out Simon said that they're running out of juice. There's probably enough for one last jump, and they might get stuck in some place worse than this. Fionna says to Bonnie that she'll take over the role of Merton. then we're back with PG and Lee. In the human world, hidden in Simon's head, PG notices that the room is full of people with good tastes in the culinary world of the city. They seem interested in PG's creations. He's working on his creations. He's working on his. He explains his creation, Red Velvet. Then we're back in the vampire world. Cake is slowly approaching. Then they split up into attack. Then Marcy seems more villainous than the original in Simon's universe. She brutally slays two of her minions. Then the other slays one of her minions. Then the other kills themselves. Now they're placing guard bombs throughout the fortress. One of them glitches out of reality. Then we're back with human PG, who's telling the man all about his creations. Then we learn that Lee gave up his freedom for PG to have a meeting with the Lemons. Then we're back to the vampire world. Bonnie, Cake, and Huntress are on top of the vampire castle, while Cake digs through the top of the kingdom castle. Then they all meet together. Then PB bites on her arm, chews on gum, and also sets on the destiny sequences to start. Gives the gum to Huntress to shoot the crown off of the vampire king, and thus ending the ice magic hold. Simon's not feeling the PB plan, thinking we should think this more throughout. But they go on. Huntress drops on the floor. Behind them, the king readies his arrows. She readies her arrows. And then the bombs explode, causing the vampires to flee. Then from the hive-like castle thing. But unfortunately, their plan wasn't successful. We see the vampire king and Marcy come out with PB readies to attack Marcy, but Marcy attacks her. Next, we're with PG and Lee. The human PG begins to walk to Lee. Then we jump back to Cake, Simon, Fionna, and Vampire World. Cake is ready to fight. It appears that Huntress was killed by her own arrows, several in her chest. And the Vampire King uses his vampire magic to pull them out and throw them at Simon, Cake, and Fionna, but they just stab into a white horn thing that's going on the castle. PB fights off Marceline the vampire. The vampire queen stakes. Stakes. He doesn't need. States he doesn't need this magic crown, but he loves that he can walk outside without worrying about the sun. Simon calls Vampire King a terrible father. The Vampire King uses his vamp powers to throw him, but Fionna catches him. Then we're back with Lee, and her mom is saying how we made all these mistakes and he'll be forgiven for them. Human PG says to her, "You're a bad mom," and he tells him that you don't know how powerful she is. She could blacklist you from these people. And he says he doesn't care. Then we jump back with Bonnie and Marceline fighting, and the vampire king enjoys it. Cake has a plan with the king distracted to grab the crown. And Fionna fights Cake and unfortunately destroys the remote. Cake tries to get the crown. Unfortunately, the Vampire King notices, but Fionna was able to transport them, and the king is imprisoned by this new thing. Impressed by this new thing. So they all teleported out of the world. They fight. Marcy. Oh yeah. Where was I? Impressed by this new. Okay, here he is. He's seen. Oh wait. And Bonnie and Marceline continue their fight, and together they'll die. The Vampire King calls his minions to rescue history. There's flashbacks to both universes of both alternate versions of Bonnie and Marceline together with Lee's mom calling out to him as they run away. Lee and human PG share a kiss. Episode 8. It opens with a forest with Simon and Betty. We see Betty take off her shoes so she won't slip. Then Simon tries and slips, but everything is okay for Simon. Then we are with Simon, Fionna, and Cake. A dry wasteland. They've been wandering for a while and haven't found anything. But luckily, there's no vampires. But unfortunately, the remote is busted and they can't jump. Wait, luckily, okay, hey, they can't jump. Cake blames Fionna, and she's like, if it weren't for me, you'd be dead. Cake hears this and says, I need to go stretch my legs. Fionna says, be careful, you don't know what's out there. This episode is called Jerry. We open next to in space in this grand orbits with jelly-like stuff with a small ball in the center. There's also mini balls floating around outside in space. We now see inside what I'm assuming is whatever it is, and we have a two-headed alien, and now it pans to see the Scarab, who was after Fionna and Cake, in some sort of waiting room. Next, we're in the Wasteland universe with Simon making a fire, telling Fionna that she did the right thing. She explains that she just didn't want to see her get hurt. Someone explains he put the crown on to save Marceline. This is a reference to the episode Simon and Marceline, where there's a horde of zombie human oozers, and Simon had no choice but to put on the crown against Marcy's wishes. Simon says that things could have ended badly, but he did get to live 1,000 years and meet the real Fionna and Cake. Fionna says, you weren't trying to contact us, you were trying to contact your magic space girlfriend. And Simon says she wasn't always a goddess of chaos. Next, we're with Cake, he's still upset with Fionna. She stumbles onto Finn and Jake's tree fort. It's completely dead. I believe that this was the witch's wish world that he created for death to all living things. Next, we're back with Simon and Fionna, and Simon is like basically saying nothing worse than an old guy talking about young love. But Fionna says, I'm a sucker for love stories. So Simon tells Fionna his Betty and Betty's love story. So he has a lecture on magical artifacts. There are some artifacts were later found by Finn and Jake throughout the original Adventure Time series, like the weighty armor, the porcelain lamb that sent Finn away from the mortal world and could only be seen by the Ice King, aka Simon. And the last item he says he's searching for is the Enchiridion. Again, this was found by Finn, not originally him, but was shown in the series. Betty and Simon bond over their knowledge, and she dropped everything to go on exploration with Simon. And Fionna is happy to hear this. Then they both are startled by a scream of Cakes. Fionna rushes after, and we see a glowing green eyes. It's revealed to be just Bimo, living all alone in an old tree fort of Finn and Jake's. Bimo doesn't understand where everything went, and the Ice Kingdom is completely gone. Next, we're back with Scarab with his big white ball with shades. Shades of if you've ever seen Bluey episode of Clips ever with the dad Bandit, the white ball with shades is voiced by the same voice actor. Scarab asks for more time. Bandit doesn't want. Yeah, so I'm just gonna call him Bandit. Wants Scarab to continue with this. He threatens to call someone higher up, and Bandit basically attacks him, says, be cool. He shatters or something. Next, Bimo leads Cake and Fionna and Simon. Bimo leads Cake, Fionna, and Simon through the wasteland ooh, and telling stories about Finn and Jake. And Fionna is like the little robot. Sure, it's cute, and Cake gets angry at her. So upset about what happened in Vampire World. Cake then asks Bimo if he has any more stories about the dog. Then Fiona asks Simon about his love story. He never finished. Simon says it's probably for the best. And Fiona says, please. And he continues telling it. We now open in the past with Simon and Betty. Simon noticed that there was a snake nearby and pulls out a metal stick. He starts poking at the ground. Betty says, we could go faster with a trick my mom taught me, and runs screaming, and the snakes slither away. And Fiona says, she sounds badass. They find the Ice King, and Fiona says, do you think he passed away? And Cake found tapes, and Bimo plays them, and Fiona sees how Simon was with the crown on. Just crazy. Bimo says, and crazy and alone. Bimo says that PB could fix the remote. And Cake is overjoyed and says, next stop, crown. They continue walking, and Fiona says she felt weird, and Simon says, oh, I forgot to tell you what happened at the end with me and Betty. We got back and found the incarnate. There was a mass of people waiting inside his house, waiting for him. Betty leaves, Simon saying that this is your moment, and Simon says he couldn't have found it without her help. He walks out of the car and drove off, and she drove off. They then make it to the Candy Kingdom and open, and again, she's gone. Bimo explains that what happened. Bimo says, as PB, it is beyond her capabilities. So basically, he dresses up as PB and Kate goes crazy at Fiona and says she wrecked the lab, and then she wrecked the lab. Then Fiona sobs, thinking she couldn't do it. Simon finishes the story. Opens with 2 weeks later. He finds a note from Betty that was left in the library book she borrowed from the library. Earlier, Simon rushes after Betty, and he admits he wants Betty, and she says, I love you, Petrikov, and someone says, you gotta stop calling me Petrikov. And then Betty says, Simon. And then Fiona says, damn, that's romantic. Then Bimo sacrificed himself to get the remote to work. Unfortunately, it didn't work, and they bury Bimo. Pretty sad. He's dead. He's lost to die. Then Cake decides to tell Jerry about Bimo's passing. I'm thinking at this moment it's going to be revealed the Lich King. They start walking to Jerry's place. Fiona starts singing the opening to the old TV show Cheers. Someone says, don't you know any more songs? And they sing this other song, and someone revealed it to be Betty and his song. We see Simon and Betty together in love, listening to their song while fireflies fly around them. Soon the three reach Jerry's place. Fiona says, Jerry is real, and someone says, run! It's the Lich King. I knew it was going to be him. This is the world he wished for, extinction of all life. He used the same powers he used on Finn, making Simon, Cake, and Fiona stop. Next, we're back with Bandit and Scarab, and his boss says, you can't talk to the boss, but where was I? But you can't discuss it with me. So the Scarab says that Prismo, they let everything slide with a bad wish here and a fanfic there. Then his boss's boss calls him. Then we're back to the Lich. He doesn't want to kill them, and it's revealed that Fiona had the Ice King Simon's the Ice Crown. Simon tells them it's going to be okay. Simon That is the spaghetti that brought them to Oo in the first place. Fionna and Cake go home. Then the scarab about to slice Simon when the gate between Glob's world opens up. Thanks for so many subscribers. We have as making of this video hit 130 subscribers. I'm so thankful. Please help me reach 1,000 plus subscribers and 4,000 plus watch hours. Thank you. Please consider supporting my channel and me on my Patreon page, AnimeTyler Space Toons, starting at just $1 a month. You get my weekly work schedule plus every Friday, animation sneak peeks, and a chance at a $10 Amazon gift card giveaway. All I need is 500 plus supporters by November 30th, 2023. See you on next video. Bye for now. Bye!